You might already know this, but my real name is Tamura.
And you used to work for Shirasawa Elitech?
I knew you researched me.
Of course, we also know the real Soejima is missing.
And you know there's one more, don't you?
Yes,
Do you know how those two disappeared?
the doll of a girl in a kimono.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
I'll be frank, just what is this doll?
My speculation is that the doll spirits people away in response to specific remarks. I'm sure only people like you two know how that kind of thing works.
What sort of remarks?
I want him gone, or I wish she were dead, stuff like that. And the two of them actually went missing several days after I thought so.
Wait a second. You just admitted you're involved in those two's disappearances.
You two suspect I'm involved in this whole case as well, don't you? I don't understand why you two look that surprised.
What the hell are you trying to...
I've decided to confess what I've done. I tried to do it last time, but I was too scared to say it then, and I really messed up the rest of the meeting.
Let us hear what you have to confess.
My encounter with that doll was a coincidence. Initially, I had no idea what it might be capable of at all. It was just part of my interior decorating. One day, I was so stressed out, I started whining about one of my bosses to the doll. I said things similar to what I explained to you earlier. A couple days later, the head of my section was gone. His family investigated, but they couldn't find out why.
That's how you discovered the doll's powers?
No, it wasn't that. I wasn't imaginative enough to connect his disappearance with my complaints about him.
So when was it that you realized the doll held the power to spirit people away?
The second disappearance. It was when Soejima disappeared. It really was because of a small matter, but I made a wish to the doll. I wished he would vanish just like my boss had. It was just a whim, really.
It's not that you really believed in the doll's powers, huh?
There's a big difference between pulling the trigger of a gun, fully aware of what it is, and pulling the trigger when you don't know what it is. Therefore, I became scared.
Scared? Didn't you find it useful?
Why would I? That doll is just like a weapon that kills people when you aim it at them, even if you don't know how it's done. What makes it move or what mechanism it follows, there's nothing clear about it. What's worse, who knows if it'll harm you all of a sudden?
What did you do?
First, I tried to dispose of it. I found a shrine that held doll funerals, and I gave it to them.
That's odd. Reports say that you gave it to the next owner free of charge.
Yes, so it failed. The following day, when I got home from work, the doll was back, waiting.
Sounds like something out of a ghost story.
I know, and that's when I understood something. I understood that the doll was a monster, and what it had done to those two colleagues of mine. I realized what I had done. After that, I took the doll to a disposal center. I couldn't explain why, but the staff there strongly tried to refuse to accept it, telling me that I should go to a doll funeral instead.
But the doll came back again?
Yes, and I learned that there was no way to get rid of it.
How did you decide to give away the doll?
I believe that might be the biggest mistake I've made in this series of events. When I felt I had to get rid of the doll, I recalled the fact that I got it from someone else.
Hold on a second. And you...
Yes, and I figured out what I must do. You can't destroy the doll, but you can hand it over to someone else.
Is that why you handed it to the next owner?
Yes. After having done that, I tried to contact the previous owner. I don't know why. Maybe I wanted to rebuke him for giving me the doll, or maybe I wanted to know if he'd done the same things I did. But I found out that he went missing shortly after I came into possession of the doll. I thought I'd be up next, so I decided to hide myself as best I could. Because I had no idea how that doll identifies its targets. Their faces, names, addresses. It could be anything. I guess that was probably the first time in my whole life that I felt grateful for myself being all alone in the world.
Thanks to that, we thought you completely went missing.
The rest is pretty straightforward. I spent my life just staying away from the doll. I made up a fake name, moved in somewhere else, and tried not to contact anyone, being scared of the doll.
If that's all true, you're quite a selfish mind.
Right.
Okay, we got your past. Next, why did you contact me?
I came to this city and learned by chance that shop manager owned the doll.
By chance, huh?
I thought the doll might find me now that I was in the same city and decided to ask an expert for help out of fear.
How did you know about variants?
Even while I was in hiding, I was looking into the doll because it was a threat to my life. And I learned about variants and material variants. What I was surprised by was that you people don't try to hide yourselves from the public.
That's just because we don't need to.
And that's all I have to say about what happened around me.
High schooler?
You even know about that. I simply warned him to stay away from the doll.
You warned him? Someone like you who gave up on everything for the sake of running away from the doll?
I did the wrong thing, but I still have a conscience.
You need to explain to me, high schooler. Come clean about it, would you?
I happened to be around the knick-knack shop that day.
For what?
I can't remember anymore, because I was too shocked by what happened after that. I heard a loud sound from the shop and ran over. Then I saw the doll leaving. It ran away as if it was surprised to see me there. Yes,
The arm was there because of you, huh? Wait, what would the doll have done with the arm without your interruption?
I'm not sure either. And that's all I can tell you, for sure this time.
Would you share all this with our members in charge of intelligence?
Sure, I'd be happy to cooperate, and if your organization charges me with what I did, I will do anything to atone for it.